let's get into the sort of the business end of what are some of the key pieces of advice you'd be given for creating a platform, getting started on creative projects, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I would say, I would say do them I would do them a series for me. One thing I struggle with is like consistency. So I would do it as like I would do it seriously. I would have a good structure, a good plan. I would know. This sounds like feels like a lot. So these are things I just didn't do that I'm doing now. I would define who my persona is. Who do I want to speak to? That helps me to know that becomes a good kind of central point when nobody turns up. I know that like I know who I act like. If nobody turns up, I know that I still need to say what I have to say until somebody turns up. And when the right person turns up, I know that I'm saying the right thing to them. So if there's a room full of 10, I know that at least I am saying what I need to say. So knowing who my persona is, I would think about it properly about what's the end. I'll think with the end in mind. I'll start with the end in mind. I might do something like a brief or a brand pack related to myself or to whatever it is the project, so that I can keep referring to this. Because I think when you do projects or anything creative, there's always like, or in funding, they call this like funding drift, where you have an idea and then you're trying to find money for it, and then to get the money for it, you start to bend the idea to fit the money. And the same with your creativity can happen, where to find the resources to make the thing come to life, you can drift. And so you don't want to drift if it was something that you really thought about, something that's important. So I would say really know what you're doing, not know how, but like, what is the message you're saying to the world? What do you like? What can you stand to say when it doesn't go well? What can you continue saying when it's going horrible? And then what does that look like? Who's that speaking to? And then where do you want to say it? And I think I have a three-step rule, which is get started, get good, and then get smart. So you want to get started and put 10,000 hours into it. Just get started. And then as you get started, over time, you're going to get good. You're going to find out the things that don't work, the things that do work. But essentially, you want data to be able to like review and say, okay, cool, like, oh, this spiked, and then you can analyze it, and then you can try that thing with this thing, and then this thing with this thing, and then that helps you define who that is. And then you're no longer drifting, you're just redefining. And then you get smart, which is maybe when you start to invest into like more things, whether it's like an extra tripod so that you don't have to move the camera from here and then move this tripod because this tripod's super important. And then you start to get smart about your processes. And so that's what I would say to do in the beginning. Reason being, it has longevity in mind. Whereas like for me, I think when I look back at my journey, I think I was quite reactive. I'm still quite reactive. I have amazing ideas, but you want to be proactive. Is the best way.
I mean, that's so good. Get started, get good, get smart. I mean, if we just, with the get started part, because again, there might be a lot of people here who, again, are watching who have an idea. Yeah. Like, what stops you from getting started? What would you say to kind of push them over the edge?
Yeah, I mean, what stops people from getting started is them thinking that there's too many people doing that. And that's just not true. I mean, it's kind of like, it's as silly as saying, oh, there's too many films out in the cinema, I'm not going to watch any. It's a weird thing to do. So you just go find the film that you like. And people are constantly searching for the voices that they like, whether it's tone of voice, whether it's message, whether it's energy. Your voice is going to matter to someone. And if you don't occupy that space, that person doesn't get to identify. We have words that help give us expression. And so you are like the word to someone's expression. I think deciding that you're going to remove yourself because there's so many people out there is literally taking away expression from the world. And you need to do that. I think it's important to put that yourself there. So like if you want to get over, you think so many people don't, be yourself on that place and do that consistently. That's a way to get over the line. I'd also say be resourceful. So what do you have right now that can help you do it? So if you're a videographer, let's say you're interested in videography. I say videography meaning like not just content creation. So like you want to do it as a service and video people. Well, if you just have a phone, then that's first define the first place you're going to do your videography. So you might do mobile videography. So you can still learn the techniques and all these different things, and you can practice on your phone before you can get a camera. That might actually define the audience that you serve in the beginning. So you might actually start doing BTS for weddings or BTS for photo shoots until you can get a camera where you can do the more cinematic stuff. But you can begin right now. And so it's finding what you have right now that you can begin with. Because I promise you, you'll spend the rest of your life buying cameras and then you'll never ever use them properly.
Hey, thank you for taking time to watch that video. Here at the Common Sense Network, we thrive on exposing you to different ideas. If you're someone who likes ideas, you like learning new things, hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you're first to hear when we have a new video out.